Oh, someone already gave it a like. Thank you. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Welcome to another live stream unboxing. I am Justin the Zilla. As you can see, hair is mainly gone. Excuse the bad hair day. That's why I'm wearing the hat. But major haircut was time. Was time for it. It's basically the summer, so was our time to get new hair. So it's a nice little refresh, but the hat's staying on today. But hope y'all are doing well. Welcome to the live stream. We are back. Another Friday night, another week, another day to talk toys and talk nonsense and do our things and give updates on stuff. Excuse me, that's going down. Excuse me, another one. Oh, God. Okay. Woo. But here we are. Made it through another week, survived another day. Just seeing how we're doing stuff. Just, I don't know. Making it through. Kinda, it actually has been a fun week. I gotta grab something. I shall be right back. If anyone who tunes in live, be sure to let me know if my mic is working. I hope it is. I don't have anyone to really check for me. I'm home alone at the moment, which is fun. But usually I'm not, because usually people are all scattered about here. But let me grab something. Then I'll be right back. Oh, it's in this corner over here. You can still freaking hear me. Okay. Grab that too, I guess. But we're grabbing this. Okay. Hopefully this audio is working fine. Hopefully last time was just like a one-off when I came back to doing the stream. But yeah, kind of a weird, busy week. Lots of shit going down. I shouldn't say it that early. I'm only 2.5 minutes in. A lot of stuff, excuse me, going down. This is not a kid show. I say the bad words. Excuse me. But in any case, hope y'all will enjoy it. Rambling as usual. Updates. Nothing new to the wall. It's all still the same. Still have to put up my Street Fighter shelf there. It's just sitting here. Hold on the ground. Yes. Yes. Hello, Gabe. Hopefully my mic is working. You can hear? I hope so. I'm just so worried now. I'm always so paranoid. So be sure to let me know, Gabe. Ba 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 ba. I can hear. Thank God. Hope you can hear from the microphone. Because I know, like, it's sometimes weird. Kind of like with my mic setup now. It's being, like, weird, like my adapter. I'll probably take like a new adapter. But yeah. Still working on getting this up. Yeah, it's a command strip one. So it's a little weird and also kind of scary. It's a little dusty. But welcome, Gabe. Welcome. Yes. As you said, I hope you're doing well, Gabe. Making another week. Making it through. Doing our stuff. Talking toys as usual. But first things first, for updates, saw a movie on Tuesday. But Gabe asked, you finally find the Power Rangers X Godzilla figures? And not yet. I haven't seen them in person yet, so just waiting till I can actually see them in person. I'll probably do some shopping tomorrow. What movie? I saw, gonna show off, the Backrooms, or just Backroom movie. Hopefully, I hate that that's backwards on there, but it's Backrooms. The new horror movie. Where, it's like that yellow kind of office building movie there. It's actually really good. I really enjoyed it. I saw it with a bunch of my buddies, and we all just hung out, yeah, for a bit beforehand, and then we all went in there a little late, to be honest. It was definitely a scary movie. Oh, you saw it, Gabe? It was definitely a scary movie. It is. It's a like okay. At some points, it doesn't feel super scary. It's more kind of. It's more so like to me. It was more so like tense. I saw it twice. Nice, Gabe. Awesome. Yeah, I've only seen it the one time. I think I'm pretty good, at least for my yeah, at least for my viewing experience. I don't need to get more into it. I kind of saw what I needed to see, and felt yeah, felt pretty yeah, satisfied. I'm not a huge like backrooms guy. I've only seen like I think like the first like initial video, and then seen like some video game stuff like once in a while, like from other people, of course, who created that stuff. But but I haven't been too big on it. But it's really cool to see and like figure out like kind of lore of the back rooms and what's the whole point of it. So I'm like, okay, so this is really cool. And then seeing like all the things on it. But Gabe says when I watched it, I didn't think it was scary until 2 hours. When I was done watching it, I realized how scary that was. I get that. I feel like that's kind of like a sentiment with some people that they don't really, yeah, really think it's that scary. Um, but I felt it was pretty compelling, especially like the whole like beginning part where it's more the analog spoilers a bit. But I definitely recommend. But yeah, who am I saying? Yeah, I definitely recommend it. The monsters were definitely scarier, yeah, than the one in the original series. See, I gotta watch the actual like the series, like the video series on YouTube, made by Ken. Is it Parsons? I think is the director's name because that's the same guy who did that stuff. Or Pearsons, whatever it is, but or Pearsons. Yeah, I forget how to pronounce his name, but that dude's only 20 years old. Kane Parsons. That's it. Thank you. But definitely, yeah, those monsters were like, oh, yeah, this is super weird. Especially the main one. I'm not gonna spoil, but more so towards the end, like the main monster, like it's just like, oh, what the hell is that? And then it gets kind of like revealed, and it's like, oh shit. Good movie. Good movie. For real. Lots of weird stuff. I thought I was gonna be like more scared about it, honestly. Like before I was messaging my friends about it. Yeah, and I was kinda like, I'm kinda nervous. Ew. I'm kind of a little like, ew, what's gonna go on? But once I got into it, I was like, oh, okay. I know what I'm getting into. And I really enjoyed it. Even if, like the story wasn't the greatest. I think that's just pretty standard. I mean, yeah, for a guy who's making his first ever feature film ever, and being given the reins and free to go, I thought it was really good though. Like the actors were great, and like the story did make sense. It was very kind of like streamlined, and that makes sense there because it's like it's more about the actual understanding of the world and the aesthetics and what's going on there. So I'm very, very excited to hopefully have some sequels. I think they've already talked about that they're there's already ideas like of continuing this story. Maybe with the main character. With the I don't know. It's just gonna be very interesting to see what they can do with a backrooms concept, more so in this universe. Because isn't because I think that Kane Parsons did say that the movie is also included kind of like a part of like the lore of the YouTube series, I believe. I think he said that in some interview. I watched like a few interviews with him. And I think he mentioned that at some point. So it's like, so that's kind of interesting. So I'm like, well, now I want to get into the lore of Backrooms. It's kind of like FNAF, I can't remember. I don't know. It's very like it's just very cool, like kind of like how he thinks about it and how he sees the back rooms and how their whole concept is. So it's very cool. But Gabe says, yeah, there's gonna go. Oh, there's going to be a second one probably. Oh, for sure, probably, because they made a bunch of money from this, and yeah, the word of mouth is that It's amazing, and it's awesome, and it is. So, anyone who hasn't seen it, go see it. If you want to see a pretty standard, like a scary movie, that's actually kind of like shocking and pretty cool. Gabe says maybe the monster will become the original one. In the original series, because the movie takes place in 1990, but the original series takes place in 1996. Ooh, you know what? That makes sense then. Because that makes sense that this is kind of like an origin kind of thing. Yeah, maybe you're like a deterioration. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Where it's kind of like it's been there for so long, even though they've introduced the concept that these creatures don't really feel anything and that they can, kind of, I think, adjust themselves to how they want to actually look, or I don't know. There's just some, it's a weird kind of lore. It's a weird kind of, it's not magic, but it's like, I guess it's more technological in some case of what they've explained it as, but I don't know. I got stuff in my pockets. Oh, go away. Okay. Since they're like, yeah, but furniture, in the dinner scene, it explains that, yeah. Yeah, because that's what I'm exactly thinking. So where it's like, yeah, they can evolve and change, and yeah, they don't have to be just one thing, but they're still a part of what's going on in that back rooms. Kind of, it's not really like a universe. I guess it's just kind of like an amalgamation of kind of like different times, and but hey, that's just a theory. Oh, film theory. See, now I gotta watch all like the theory stuff, like about like backrooms that MacPack probably made back in the day, and see what the hell's going on there, because there's probably a bunch of stuff going on there too. Another deep dive, more lore on a very specific thing. Also, want to mention before I forget, be sure like this video, subscribe, and comment what you want to see here on the channel. I appreciate the support. Thank y'all for the support on the recent, on the He-Man stuff. The live stream is doing pretty good, and then the second live stream, the Saturday live stream. I'm not okay. Yeah, I might not do those every Saturday, but seeing the numbers for that's actually did pretty good, so that's pretty nice. So we'll see if I do one tomorrow. I might just kind of chill out tomorrow. I got kind of the place to myself a bit, so kind of like enjoy my time at home. So we'll kind of see what goes on. But thank y'all. And then also for the short, I finally got that done today. I finally posted that like this afternoon, I think it was, like sometime like afternoon. So thankfully thankfully I had the time to finally get on my ass and do that. And get off my ass, excuse me. The words. And actually kind of like get that video done. So I hope y'all have enjoyed. It's doing pretty well so far. Gabe says maybe in the second one there will be different levels. I would assume so, because even like then, like we saw different rooms and areas, like how we had, like there was one where there was like a pool room or something. Spoilers. I'm sorry, I'm gonna be just talking about stuff because it's just so weird. And then you have the actual, like the furniture store. That's not a spoiler. That's in the trailers. But if you haven't seen it, but having like different places and things and how they're all changing and evolving, and it's very weird, but it's so cool. But yeah, but what like but I am looking forward to seeing what more they're gonna do with this franchise and kind of how much crazier they can get it. I don't know if they're gonna get super weird. I mean, they've already gotten super weird, but that's just the back rooms. That's just a part of what the aesthetic and what the style is and what the story kind of is and how it's all connected. But yeah, Backrooms, go see it. Approved. I gotta do like reviews or something. I always like mean to do that, like to post them like on my Instagram or something. Like start doing that, but I'm like maybe not. I don't know. It's just hard for me to get words out when it comes to stuff like that, and then to do like a rating, because I prefer to do a rating, do like from like a 1 to 10 kind of rating. But even then, like, that's just my thing. That's just my opinion. But yeah, what else? Also, I do want to mention I do plan to see the He-Man movie. Hopefully next week. Goal is probably next Tuesday or this coming Tuesday, of course, because that's usually my day to see movies whenever all my guys, all my friends are available, and we're like, it's movie day. Yeah, because my local theater, they have $6 tickets on Tuesdays. They call it Taco Tuesday, so it's very nice. Yeah, it's very cool that they still do that, especially nowadays. So it's like, okay, let's all go. We can save money. Maybe in the second one, it would be a continuation of like what the end showed with the new monster. That would, yeah, that would make sense. Or even of like if there was like some way, like that new monster, as we call her, monster, like that new form of our main female protagonist. Kind of like how, yeah, maybe she tries to get out. If there's some way to get out of that form and not just be a thing. I don't know. It's it's very interesting. It's just like there's just so many like possibilities and different things. Maybe it has, yeah, maybe a hazmat suit monster. I totally expect that because I wasn't even like sure when they showed those guys. Well, okay, that's a major spoiler. Sorry. This is not free of yeah, like minor spoilers. I try to avoid to talk about spoilers if I don't have to. But now it makes me kind of want yeah, backrooms kind of figures. I don't even know like how they would be able to do backrooms figures. Cause especially like the monsters, because they probably wouldn't want to do like just the regular people. Even though I do like that, I'm like, give me regular people. Like with any horror movie, I'm just like, God, I need the cast to go along with my monsters. Like, you know, for instance, like the Pennywise that they done, yeah, for any of the It movies. They haven't done any of the kids or any of the adult versions of the kids. They haven't done any of the people, yeah, from the shows, like, yeah, from Welcome to Derry. It's kind of like, can we get like anything else besides just a Pennywise? I would enjoy having, you know, a cast to go along with Pennywise because it makes sense. Also, how was the monster in the beginning? If it was before when the guy entered, how was the monster in the beginning? If it was before, well, I think that there's like a whole. Well, isn't there like a whole thing where it's just kind of like the back rooms is kind of like time doesn't really matter and stuff like that, like people being involved with it or knowing it, it's yeah, it's kind of it's always going to be a thing that's always there. The things there are there, if that makes sense. I don't know. It's some weird time thing, but I gotta like see. I need to see like that whole like that first kind of part again. Like that's like the main part. Like I'm like, but it's kind of confusing. I think that's the point. Isn't that the point of it? Where it's kind of like you're not really supposed to like truly get it, but it's like I feel like it's like, you know, it's kind of like it's okay. Yeah, I kind of say okay. Yeah, I kind of hate saying the word dimension, but it's kind of like its own kind of like time dimension. Yeah, where it's kind of like it's not the past, it's not the present, it's not the future. It's just a moment. You never know. Yeah, yeah, you never know. Yeah, what your next step will be for. Yeah, for real. Because it's like it's kind of like the whole thing. With all the furniture there, like kind of like a lot of that stuff is either from the past or the future or the present. Where it's like if yeah, it's kind of like as we saw in the movie, where the main guy was like, "This is not my furniture. I've never seen this stuff before. I don't know what this is. It doesn't look old. It doesn't look beat up. It looks brand new." So it's like, but then you see stuff and you see that same, yeah, that same stuff later, and it's all like glitchy and weird. I guess not glitchy, but it's like it's kind of phasing through the reality that is the back rooms. God, this is so weird. It's just so interesting how kind of like the concept of the back rooms or back rooms of what it is. Gabe says, "Oh wait, I think I know how the monster was there before the guy." Okay, there's like a logical, like, yeah, I guess explanation, because I guess that was like the point of the movie too. It's kind of like to give an explanation of what back rooms are and how they exist, but I'm not really sure. It's just very like it's just very interesting, very weird. But yeah, but a lot of backrooms talk. I was not expecting this much, but it's cool. But Gabe says that one level was the furniture store, so like yeah, what if everything in the furniture store gets copied in the backrooms? I mean, we basically saw that, didn't we? Where yeah, where the major spoilers. Spoiler. If you do not want to know anything about the ending or what's going on, I'm gonna say spoiler alert, like everything. Yeah. But but like how it was like towards the end when it got to the main female, like everything, even the customers. I mean, probably. I mean, we had different people or concepts of people, like kind of like in the back room. So it's just figuring out what they are. What the customers were the other monsters at the dinner scene? Probably. I mean, because that would make sense unless they're. Well, I think it's like the whole thing is that these were people who were in that location. I think that's how it is, where it's kind of like based on that location and the back rooms there, it's going to adapt through the history of that. Because I think that's why, like, our main female protagonist, I keep forgetting her name, but that's why, the girl, the woman, I should say, why the woman has a knowledge and history kind of knowing about this and kind of familiarity, because there's something with her and her mom. Maybe her mom kind of like discovered the back rooms in their house and was like, what the hell is this? So major spoiler, sorry. But yeah, but like, but having like the whole store in that one scene where she's being chased by the monster, having that whole part, kind of like showing it can mimic almost everything perfectly if it's wanting to, if it has a purpose to, in some case. So it's like, even if you think you're out, you're truly not out, because it's just like, yeah, you're a part of me now. You're a part of this now. It's not a one singular thing. It's like a whole mass thing. I don't know. It's just weird. It's just so weird, but it's cool. It's awesome, and it's terrifying. It's like, yeah, I would never want to go to the back rooms because I would just probably lose my mind and be like, I'm good. But Gabe says also towards the end, how was the house of Robert and Kat in the back rooms? That their house was never in the location or close to it. Well, it could probably just mimic it, right? Robert and Kat. Or I think it's also like memories. So like since it does have those people now in their memories, even if they're not, it was in the movie, I would just go through the door and never return. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I would like go through there. Like I would do the initial and I'd just be like, yeah, I'm good. I would just walk out, or I would like tell someone, or I'd be like, I think I gotta go call the police or the FBI, someone, CIA. I'm like, what the hell is this, guys? Like, do you not see this? I wouldn't call like my employees. I'd be like, hey, you know that you did like that one video for me, like that promo video, and then and then your girlfriend just works for me. Come on. Come on now. But he was probably crazy then. He probably lost his mind. So I would not have trusted that man. I would have been like, no, I'm good, bro. I'm not doing that. Yo, Clark. Yeah, what do you mean you saw a monster? I'm out of here. Yeah, for real. I'd be like, ooh. yeah, I'd be like curious. I'd be like, yeah, like, if I was in, yeah, the boyfriend, yeah, and the girlfriend's scenario, I would be curious. I'd be like, hmm, all right, I guess I'll go in initially, but I think like the moment that I walk through those, yeah, that I walk through, yeah, the blue tape entrance, and also kind of like see his whole mapping and everything, and see all the stuff that's out there, I'd be like, I think this guy's crazy. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm not gonna deal with this, and I'm gonna call the cops. Probably would be my initial response. But take a look and walk back. I mean that's essentially what he promised them, but they just got into it. It's like especially the boyfriend because he's like, whoa, whoa, babe, and he was like, hi. So it's just like makes sense. He would just be along with it because it's clearly not the clearly not the sharpest tool in the shed. So in due time. All right, because it's a great movie though. Gotta say, if you want to see any movie, probably it's this one. It it's probably this one. I hate to not glaze on He-Man, but I guess his mom, never be told, that he loves her. Well, Clark or the other dude. I would assume so. It seemed like he had more marital issues if it was Clark. Clark had issues. No, Roberts. Is Robert is Robert like the boyfriend? Is that who it is? I forget the names. I'm not very good with the names of these characters. I can't remember. I don't know. Yeah, so Robert is the boyfriend? Okay. I mean, I would think his mom. And the girlfriend is Kat. Okay, that makes sense. So, okay, so Robert. Okay, yeah. Thank you. Thank you for. Yeah, thank you for knowing the names. Oh, well, you've seen it twice, so of course you would know it by now. But even if I saw it the first time. Well, this one time. Of course, I can't remember because I'm just like, this movie's crazy. I'm like, the characters are cool. And I'm really focusing on their names. It's kind of like in the moment, at least for me. I'm like, okay, here's the thing. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. But remember, he said if he dies, tell his mom, that he loved her, and then the group died. True. It's kind of like, hey, in case I do die, it's like, that's like our trope. It's essentially like, yeah, kind of like any kind of like movie trope of being like, before I die, tell my wife and kids I love them. Proceeds to either die or gloriously survive somehow. So, sorry, Mom. Robert's freaking dead. Also missing. And his girlfriend, Kat. You know what? That's actually that makes me think. How are those people in that town reacting to, like, all, like, the missing people and everything? And being like, wait a minute. Those two people, like, they work at that store. Also, I was confused why Clark turned insane in the middle of the movie. Well, he was, like, there for, like, we don't even know how long he was there. Like it felt like he was in there for like days or weeks, and he was just trying to understand, and he probably was on the verge of death every time he got there. I mean, he literally made acquaintance to the monsters, so his whole reality got broken because he has a massive drinking and ego problem. He is not he he is not a stable man to begin with. This just brought it way up. The insanity was there. It just got amplified, and he basically kind of gaslit himself, being like, I can just live here. My life's awful. Upstairs, in reality, I'll just stay here where I can control reality in my mind. And the guilt of his employees dying. True. Though though I will say, he seemed to not really care that much. I mean, maybe about like Cap with a boyfriend, he was like, okay, he's kind of into it. And then he died and he was like, oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Well, too late. And then Kat, we didn't even see her. I think that she just... Yeah, didn't she, like, die off screen? Or we, yeah, wrench, oh, yeah. Yes. Oh, okay. Because he kind of, like... Because, you know, we saw the monster. It's basically like a weird amalgamation of him all warped, and he's in the pirate costume, and it had the camera. Her head was in the fridge in the dinner scene. True. I remember that. That was kind of like a... There she is, so... I do remember. Yes, I do remember now. Yeah, where it's like, oh. They might have ate her or just chopped her up into bits, and he was just like, oh, here you are, Cat. And threw her in the fridge, or she was just put there by the back rooms. He's like, yeah, because it was kind of funny. He was like, oh, Cat's here too. Well, just the head, but in some case, in some form or fashion. On the dinner scene, was like the scariest scene for me. I get that. I think it was like the most tense scene. I think the scariest. I'm trying to think. I mean, God. Even like when Clark got to the the Christmas tree room, and you had like that guy with the lamp, and then the lady with the weird face, kind of chasing him down. Like that was really scary to me. I was like, oh, wow. It's like it wasn't like a huge jump scare, but it was just like, God. It was just like the anticipation and like the build up to it. It's just like, God, can we please just like get to it? Because Captain Clark was terrifying. He was. Like the captain, like him looming, and then him literally eating himself, or really like just, I guess kind of like murdering himself, because he just kept biting him, and it just kept going, and it was just like, you're dead. Goodbye, Clark. I'm Clark now. In some case. I don't know. So it's just going to be very, very weird to see what goes on from here. Imagine seeing him in real life. I would never want to see that in real life. Seeing seeing him in that movie is enough for me. I'm like, I don't need to. Yeah, I don't need. I don't need to see this motherfucker in my life. I would hate that. Now I'm getting paranoid because all my doors are open, my walls. I hate this feeling. I hate the feeling that the Backrooms gave me after seeing this movie. Like, I was like so tense. I was like, am I in the back room? No, it's ridiculous, but it's just fun. It's just so cool to kind of like get lost into that world. And the fact that it kind of takes place in a kind of our reality in some sense. Where it's kind of like, yes, there's a normal human world, but then there's this weird, fucked up version that's awful and terrifying and kind of unexplainable. But it's like, it's maybe scientific because we have like the doctor guy. Bro, Gabe says, bro, at night I think I hear buzzing. Yeah, but like in the Backrooms movie, and that's like the thing. All these little noises and buzzings and these structures and like stuff that they use, like this is all normal stuff. I think I'm going insane. Like it's like, yeah, this stuff's normal. But when watching that movie and being in that environment, it's just terrifying. It's just like, oh, this is unsettling. This is uncomfortable. Why is this feel? Because it feels real. Because they literally made what? I think they literally made a whole set that had different parts and pieces, and they've had like creators, touring that, like at least parts of it, and seeing what's going down. So it's just like, okay, like you're getting a little too close for comfort. And even like any of like the story of Clark with his issues and going to therapy and seeing all that and seeing how he can't get past that. Like it's kind of like you probably have seen someone like that. You probably know someone like that. So it's kind of like that connection is there, and having kind of like these characters who are very kind of like still kind of one note, but have a very distinct, kind of thing, and are very, very relatable. So it's like, it's just, it works. It's a great movie. It works. It's terrifying. It's fun. It's chilling. It's thrilling. And it was cool. And it was a fun time with my buddies. Yeah, Cena. Literally, yeah, one of my friends was literally kind of like cowering. He was like, bro. Yeah, kind of like, for like half that movie, he was just like, please don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it, guys. Stop it. I hate this. And my hand, just went through the wall. Run. Move right now. Get out of there, Gabe. Don't do it. Just start like melting and shit. Alright. I think we gotta get the show on the road. Apologies, Gabe. But nice combo. Backroom, so good. Planning to see He-Man next week. Hopefully. I'm gonna go through it and see what's in there. Well, good luck, bro. Good luck, Gabe. Alright. We're gonna get into this room. We're gonna stay in this room right here. We're not going anywhere. We're not phasing through walls. This is a solid wall you can see because there's stuff hanging on it. Of course, that wall's blank, but I got stuff over there too that you can't see. You've been talking for 38 minutes. Yeah, anyways, I'll tell you what I see. Alright, you're good. Alright, well, we are gonna get into our weekly pickups because we got a few cool things and one little extra thing that's not a pickup. Well, it was a pickup, but now it's in work in progress. But we're gonna grab her real quick. So first figure is I finally opened my Marvel Legends Mystique, the new one that's all pinless and everything and double jointed. Very nice. It says it's just yellow wallpaper. That's correct. Cool. Yeah, and then I did start the process of starting to peel the hair off. You can probably barely see, but it is coming off a bit. You can kind of see a bit of the red underneath there because I am trying to swap the hair out with the VHS wave version. And and you can see there I've made more progress there. I just have to heat these up again. I did this like a couple days ago. And they use a lot of glue in this hair. I just dropped the other head. Where the heck? But they use, in my opinion, way too much glue. Way too much, especially on this new one. It's just like, you don't need this much glue. If I want to swap the hair, please make it easier. Just keep trying. Yeah, I've been using, specifically for this one, I've been using, the boiling water technique compared to the hair dryer. I think it just kind of works a bit better for this. Maybe I'll kind of go back and forth on them to see how far I can get with either one or using both. But it's like, I'm making progress. It's going to be slow. And then, of course, having to glue this hair down is going to be a process and having to line it up. But it shouldn't be too bad, hopefully. Even though I see a little bit. There's some glue residue on the forehead there. I don't know if the lighting can see that. Probably not. It's like a little bit of a shine. Like by the skull, if you see that white streak kind of there. It's weird. Yo, I see a distorted version of myself. I'm going back. Bro, go back. Go back. What's he wearing? Is he wearing like a costume or something? Like something yeah, it's kind of like memory specific. Because that would be like weird. Like I could like imagine, like if you could imagine, like it's an old like a Halloween costume or something, yeah, that you wore either as an adult or as a kid, just in your life. I would hate that. He's trying to, not Mario, Mamma Mia. Yeah, I feel like that would be, you know, like yeah, my honest reaction. I'd be like, Mario, Mamma Mia. You okay? Yeah, you were Mario last Halloween. I was Super Grover last Halloween. So imagine that me wearing a Super Grover onesie with the cape and all, and with the hood, and then I'm all messed up and weird. I'm like some big blue furry thing. It was a great costume, but yeah, it'd be terrifying. Just any kind of cutesy kind of thing like that, any kind of Muppet, to be honest, would be terrifying. But okay, get back on track. Talking about figures, I made it out good. Don't go back. You better bore that shit. You better put like some wood in front of it. Put a metal sheet over it. Plaster that shit. Make sure no one can get in there. I don't even know if you can even plaster over that, because it's just phasing. I mean, yeah, I'd be like, put a block in front of the door on the other side, and on this side, on the regular side, on the other human world entrance. Just block the door off. Don't. Just don't go. Fuck the back rooms. That shit's terrifying. Okay. But our weekly pickups, we got some pretty specific ones and very much cool ones. I'm gonna report to the FBI, yeah, the CIA, and the SWAT team. Don't send the SWAT out there. They're all just gonna die. They're not gonna make it. Just send the FBI. We can spare some of those guys. I know. But do you see who's in charge now? I could care less. Okay. But I want to give a shout out to my boy Billy, one of my boys. One of the dudes. He recently decided that he wanted to part ways with these specific figures that he's had for years, and he's even shown me them before, like years ago. And he was like, you know what? I'm not messing with these. Billy. Excuse me. W. Billy. For real. Shout out to Billy. Because he sold me 3 of these, what is it? The Takara Tommy Transformers Masterpiece line. Specifically, some Decepticons. So we have Shockwave here. He didn't have the box for this one. He does have all the accessories and all like the instruction manuals and the card that comes with him. But we have Shockwave. We got Soundwave with the box and everything. I'm going to put this here. And then with Shockwave also includes the... Okay, so this is the Toy House Factory. Where it comes with the tape core. That comes for him. That's made for him to have extra little tapes there, and his crew here who all look really, really cool. And then also, finally, the best one, and of course, one from Long Life Design, I guess. 2 have the Megatron. And these are like different like numbers. This is MP36. This Soundwave is MP13, and then what Shockwave? Is he like MP29? So fairly substantial, very nice figures, and as you can see with Shockwave, very specific size, kind of more like not 6-inch, more feels like 10-inch. Size figures is not a 12-inch, probably like more like 9 or 10-inch. figures, but it works for Transformers, at least for me. In my mind, like, whenever I looked at Transformers, I was always like, I don't know. Because I didn't want them, like, just to scale with my regular figures, but I also wanted them a bit bigger as well, but not too big. So this is kind of like in the sweet spot. I could probably take bigger, to be honest. I like my Transformers pretty big because I like the idea of, you know, where where like a regular kind of like a regular 6-inch figure could fit inside of them in their vehicle forms, and how they all work there and how they all look there. So, all the good shit. Trying to figure out what my specific mindset of Transformers really is. Because honestly, I'm not a huge Transformers guy, but I'll buy a cool ass figure. Especially like since they have like the blocky stuff I think coming out. And those look pretty decent, but I'm not too big on those designs and how they look, but But these look pretty good. And this is, this Shockwave, he's more so like the basic one. He's kind of like, okay. Yeah, he's not bad, but he is definitely third place compared to these other two because I've opened these. And Billy was showing me everything that was coming with them. Have a lot of accessories, a lot of cool parts and pieces. But especially when it comes to Soundwave and Megatron, they do have more metal pieces, so they actually are kind of like more chrome-like compared to Shockwave, where he's does that even move? That looks like that moves, but I don't know. But Shockwave definitely feels more so kind of like he's more specifically plastic, and and you can see the yellowing of the plastic on the joints. But to me, it just works. It fulfills the role. I'll definitely need to get some actual like some Autobots from this line, just to match them at least 2 or 3, because I got 3 Decepticons. Might want to see if I want to get the what's his name? The Jet one. I'm trying to remember what he's called. Bro, what's his name? He's one of my favorites. Starscream. I'll probably want to get a Starscream. So probably have to get Optimus, gotta get Bumblebee, and then figure out the rest, because I'm not really too big on Transformers, so really like the 2 I really care about are Optimus and that. Like the female one, I know her. I'm trying to remember her name, but she's all pink and white, and then probably like a few others. So in time, I shall buy more shit that I don't have a place for and space for. So, but I keep on buying. I keep on finding spots to shove these things in and call it good. Yo, I'm going to go eat dinner with my dad. You're all good, Gabe. Thank you for joining me. We're going to get into these turtles in a minute. And we've already been yapping for about like 48 minutes, which is insane. So we're going to get going. We're going to open up these turtle 2-packs. I'll see you later, Gabe. Thank you for joining, bro. Appreciate it for supporting. I'll see you if you don't come back later next week. Or maybe tomorrow if I'm doing a live stream. You'll see. I'll just post it as I did last time. So look forward to it, hopefully. Hopefully I don't miss your next Saturday stream. We'll see. Because maybe I should post something. I'll be like, hey, within an hour I'm doing this. Like kind of how I do with this one. Where I post on my Instagram where I'm like, this is happening. Go tune in. And it's like, and then I don't really get that many people, to be honest, for the actual live part. It would be nice if I had more people live, but it's the algorithms, it's the timing, it's the schedule. I know it's a Friday at like 7 or 8 p.m., depending on, or 5 p.m. whenever I do this. Let me make sure. But yeah, kind of see here. I'm checking all my shit, all my notifications. We're good. But yeah, we're gonna switch our camera. We're just gonna get into it. Lots of fun conversations. Talking about the back rooms. Talking about Transformers. Shout out to fucking Billy, my dude. Do it on YouTube and post. Post some of your subscribers. yeah, might not have Instagram. That definitely makes sense. But kind of like weirdly, because I did that Saturday one and it was vertical, I got a lot more people. So I think it's more so like that short time ago. Bye, Justin. Bye, Gabe. Thank you for joining. Hopefully, see you later. All right, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna look at these turtles, and then also we have another shout out for Billy too because he gave me something else for free along with these things. So let's do our thing. There, we're gonna zoom out a bit because as you can see, we also have a brand new table from the Billy Meister, and as you can see from back there, that is the table that I usually use. Hold on, this thing's a little finicky, but that's the table that I usually use. Don't mind it being all fucked up at the moment, but but this is the new table that we'll be using for the time because this is a foldable table. Here, I'm just gonna shoot it for a sec. Just shoot the table. But yeah, but this is a table that Billy apparently has just been looking to get rid of. This is a foldable table. It just has two legs, kind of like this is your base of your table, kind of like L-shaped legs that kind of fold in onto themselves. And as you can see, not exactly the most sturdy, but it keeps its shape. It looks well. Definitely plan to probably get a might get some kind of like mat or kind of cover to put on here. I'll just have to measure to see what this size is to make sure I can get something. Yeah, so we'll kind of see from there, but a new era, a new time. I know it's probably not as nice looking as the actual like the wood one, but I'm done moving that thing out of my way every week, having to clear out the whole Playmates Turtles collection and move it all, because this is way easier, more practical, more just better overall for me personally. So yeah, we'll probably scoot this down a bit too. And it's going to be a process to figure out what my lining up is going to be. I probably want to move this a little bit more to the left. It's even a bit easier doing that because it's not as heavy. So probably more so. Can I hear if I can, I guess? I don't know. But in any case, look at these amazing turtle figures here. Let me get my bearings. Okay, here we are. But there they go. Pretty cool. I guess I can just can I just do this? There we are. I guess I'm used to this being like a whole freaking like abyss back here, but excuse me while I try to line this all up so I don't get all my reflections from my freaking window that's right here. Hello, hello. Stop reflecting light, you son of a bitch, you son. Alright. Boop. Boop. But there they are, all their glory. I apologize for this. This is very... Is this gonna help, or is this just gonna... No, it's just flashbanging. I need like an actual like a cover for this. But... I'm gonna get this into frame, but there they are. At least the best I can get them for now. But yeah, but there they are in all their plastic glory. Excuse the reflections. But we got the Michelangelo and Donatello and the Leonardo and Raphael 2-packs from NECA, from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to The Secret of the Ooze. So yeah, pretty sick. I got these 2 sets a little bit ago. When kind of like earlier this year, when NECA did a little, I didn't even know this. I guess they had a 3-day kind of sale, kind of like selling movie stuff figures that I missed out on completely because I wasn't looking at my notifications at the time and I just had no idea. And yeah, and I literally pulled up onto their website on the last day, kind of like within the last hour, to be honest, of them having this deal going. So where you would buy 2 and get 1, I think, for half off. So I was like, you know what? I'm getting it. Or it's like buy 2, get 1 free. I forget what it was for their NECA, like their Turtles, like their movie anniversary deal that they had going on. And this was kind of like the ones that were kind of like left. They had, I think they had like a Kino, maybe the Casey, like the solo figure, yeah, with the bike or something. Well, probably no. Well, they probably had like, I think like a shredder or 2. You had some of your foot soldiers, and especially they had what's his name? I think they had the Kevin Eastman figure was on there too. But of course, that was sold out, and then also Danny, or Dan, as he was called at the end of the first movie, the kid. His figure was apparently, I guess, up for grabs as well, but that was already sold out as well. Which makes sense. So I'm just like, damn it, man. But went ahead, got these 2 turtle sets. Mainly to get the Professor Perry 2-pack. But he'll be opened at a later date, just by himself, because that was the main purpose, was to get that set. And these guys were just essentially collateral damage in my mind. But I think it just felt time to finally see how these compare with the first movie ones that I've had ever since they came out. Got got Donatello and Michelangelo when they did the first solo packs, and I got the first movie Raphael off of eBay from a Canadian seller that had the 2-pack with him and Casey, where Casey doesn't, where I think, does Casey have the unmasked portrait? I don't think he did. And then, of course, Raph had the trench coat. And then you got Leonardo, I think also off of eBay, or Macari, just loose. Yeah, just by himself, because I just needed this Leonardo so desperately. It was just like, please, I need this Leonardo. This is like the perfect kind of movie. Yeah, Leonardo figure, perfect head and everything. And I love it so much. So, but yeah, so nice to finally get their movie 2 counterparts, especially since I've seen the second movie. And seeing these guys on the big screen, they were pretty cool. They weren't, I don't think that they were as good as the first movie ones, but you can definitely tell with the first movie, like, tech wasn't all the way there. It was still like a bit more primitive at the time, and then it's like by the time they got to the second movie, it was, I think, a lot more complicated, and they can get more expressions, and I think we're, especially with the writing, a bit more cartoonish in their behaviors, since they wanted to make it a little bit more kid friendly. But they look great, and you can even, you can see with their little faces there in the actual like poster of the film, like they look great. They look so freaking good. They're awesome. So yeah, gonna stop yapping. We are first, I think, gonna get into Leonardo and Raphael, because these are just, I don't know. Donatello's the favorite. He's my favorite turtle. So automatically I kind of hold him up there. And then Michelangelo, like, these two as a pair, like, as a duo, are, like, the duos of the first two movies. Of course, Leo and Raph are kind of like, they're kind of like solo guys, but Leo can hang with the two, and Raph can at times too. But Raph is usually the loner, usually doing his own thing. Oh. Or the, I would say, kind of weaker pair. Like, they kind of, like, they butt heads, of course, but they're all brothers. But for the time being, we will just focus on our Leonardo and Raphael. Gonna get this going. I have to figure out this setup. It's gonna be very, very, very weird. Do it like that, I guess. That feels right. That feels a bit better. There we are. I don't know. We'll just have to see how this goes. You know, this is a new era. This is a new time. A new table. But yeah, but here we have with our packaging, have your Nickelodeon logo there. Standard Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze. And then, of course, you have the figures of Leo and Raph. Their plastic glory have the nice little poster image of the four turtles there with the broken canister. Mikey with the sounding, and then Leo being like, oh, crazy. And then Raph being like, whoa, what the heck? And then Donnie like, oh, I'm a little nervous. But Leonardo, you got your nameplates there. Raphael. A nice goings on there. Nickelodeon at the top. Real Toys and NECA, NECA.com. Official.com. Or NECA Online. Excuse me. TMNT 2, Secret of the Ooze. And then you got Leonardo and Raphael, some promo shots of the figures. Warning, choking hazard on the left side. Of course, where you got Raph, you got Raph's thing there. He does have a little bit of a, like a little bit of like a packaging line. It's like kind of like glue or whatever. Or it's kind of like a cut. Hopefully not. I mean, it doesn't go all the way, so it might be like a little seam or something. But you got a nice promo art. A Raph, you have your Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze NECA. And then on the other side, you, of course, got a promo art of Leo, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze. And then on the back here, let's actually do the bottom first. Shout out to the people who did the toy thing, direction and development of sculpt and fabrication, paint and prototypes, photography and packaging. Thank y'all for doing your work. It's nice that y'all want to give yourselves credit, because you probably really should, because it's cool. 2022 Viacom. There's your barcode. Try to get it clean. There we go. And then on the back is the main kind of thing for these. TMNT 2, Secret of the Ooze, where you have these little oozy kind of film realm things, which remind me of the of the DVDs, how they have them like displayed if you want to see like certain scenes, or if how like the menu is. So you got some promo art, Leo and Raph together doing their accessories. Oh yeah, I can't wait for that. And then of course all four, collect them all, and then you get them all together, and then get your nice big promo art of Raph and Leo with the with their backdrop set. I need to maybe get one of those. Maybe even, I don't know, get a get the extreme sets version, because that setup is so iconic by now. Like having this backdrop building will would be so cool to have for these turtles. Each includes extra hand sword size pizza slices and TGRI canister. But there we go. Cool packaging. Awesome looking figures. We're going to go ahead, get them open, get to yapping about these an hour in. Of course, going to use our trusty tools from our little toolkit here. Get our trusty X-Acto blade. To first open, we will do Usually just do just the bottom. There we go. Excuse me if I'm bumping my camera. Hold on. We need to rise to the occasion. To get you a good angle. Of all this stuff going down. Okay. Excuse me while I finagle. There we go. Got our setup, and there's our box. Has a nice kind of. Here, we'll just pull it out. There's your empty box. There's a Leo and Raph. Hand going. Gonna blend right in. I'm not even gonna see it. But then you got your backdrop here, which is like a nice kind of like sewage area. This is kind of like, is this like the entrance to their new layer? No. Is it? It's got like a chandelier at the top. It's got like 2 lights. It might be just like a hallway that kind of connects to it. But it's a pretty nice backdrop there. Cool. I don't know if I'll keep it. I'll see. But in any case, here is our Leonardo and a Raphael. Hold on, let me adjust. For a bit. Yeah. All right. There they are in all their plastic glory. Very cool. Very nice. So, again, we're already going to be doing this already. Already switching on my camera angle. But there's our dudes. A little bit. There they are. We're gonna get some. We're gonna get them open in a moment. Using our trusty snips. Of course, we don't need that like right away. We can get out the stuff that's able to be loose. Got Raph's hands, and we'll just go over all of our accessories as we open them. Very nice. Has a pointer, kind of open finger hands. Or open hand. Holding hand in some case. And then next, got Leo's splayed out hands. Of course, I think these can be used for any one of the turtles, any of the 4, but very nice to have that same kind of brown nails going on with your lines and all your skin texture and everything. Very cool. We'll still kind of specify which accessories come with which just to be technically accurate. Now we can finally use... Can we finally use our snips, or do we not require? Oh. Not on the weapons rack, surprisingly. Alright, so first thing we'll look at, we'll go from top to bottom. Excuse me. Do you mind joining the crew? Hold on. There we go. So we have our little TGRI canister that's filled with all of your ooze. Very nice sculpting and detail. I'm pretty sure it's the same ones that we've had a few times already. I want to make sure. Probably should get all of my accessories that I have. here. So let's say, for instance, this one. So this is my one, yeah, that came in the set, and this is a one that I have loose. I think it's mainly exactly the same. I just feel like the colors are a little bit different. Maybe? They're like slightly kind of shinier. It also looks a bit more cleaner. I think too anyways, compared to this one, so. But it's pretty, I'm pretty sure it's the same sculpt, but just different. Just, yeah, just the slightest amount of different paint apps, just to differentiate. I think, yeah, I think they made the text, I think it's smaller. It looks smaller. I don't know. It's weird, but it's like, just have to connect it. It's very specific. Even when we have the one that my Super Shredder would hold, I think his green is a bit darker there as well. So maybe that's the main thing, that this green is actually a little bit, it looks a little brighter. I don't know. I can't really tell if there's a major difference between these, but this is your new one, this is your old one. But very, very nice. I mean, it would make more sense if they were more the same, but you know how they do toy stuff. Alright, so that's kind of neutral. Kind of go there, and then we'll get Leonardo's swords. His trusty blades. He didn't really use them that much in the film, so maybe it would have been nice if he came with like his, yeah, like his weird, like his like his two like staffs he uses, like these two like short kind of things, but you have his katanas here though. Super nice, very, very shiny. Have your brown wrap hilt with your holes there, I guess, to plug into the back of the thing. Well, they probably sheet into his thing. What am I talking about? But very, very cool. I don't know if they're the same. We're going to see later on. Did I just drop that? I just dropped that off of the table. I just wasn't paying attention. Hold on. Hello. Sword number 2. Alright. Getting something now going with Raph. Have his trusty size. Now, these look exactly the same as the first movie ones. Has the brown wrap and then has the metal. Kind of like that shiny metal color for the blade. And we'll set one of these aside because the next accessory, the one made for one of the size, or for the size, is the pizza slice. Has the hole through it with your 2 pepperonis on top and the little cheese that's dangling. So where Raph can do a, what is it? The Statue of Liberty? I think it is. It's not Empire State Building. I think it's called the Statue of Liberty, where he catches the pizza with his sai, and it's dripping pizza. And he's like, touchdown! Yeah. And everyone's like, yeah, he got pizza. Yeah. So, pretty cool. Why don't I just shoot it like this, like a normal person? We're gonna, here, we'll give Leo that. Just to put it over there, because TGRI. Alright, the next course we got pizza, just a regular old pizza slice. Has your olives, your mushrooms, and your green onions, I think those are supposed to be. But, we'll just give that to Leo, and that one just kind of has come out with a bunch of turtles before anyways. So we'll kind of see what goes down with these, but the pizzas all look the same. At least the majority of these, yeah, it's all just that same ones as we've gotten before, but then these pieces are definitely brand new. It's kind of nice also to have a different pizza thing here, but you got your little, like, your crust end kind of not fully eaten pizzas. So where you have your sauce showing in there. And they're all pepperoni and very nice texture. Just two little eaten up pizzas. Pretty cool. Pretty nice. Kind of sets the scenery and kind of like, is them when they're in April's apartment eating all that pizza because that's all they're ordering. Pizza. Because they're teenagers. Teenagers like pizza. Specifically the Ninja. These Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles will love their pizza. It seems like it's only one band around the figures, two just around in the torso. So thankfully, it seems like it's not 20 different bands like per limb just to get these out. So these might be a little more simpler. I just want to be more careful with Raph since his is a bit more as lined up as I want it to be. Trying to go from overhead. There we go. Got one, of course. There we go. I did kind of nick it a bit, man. I hate these. I do not like my. Always like my twist ties and everything. Get these out while we can. So we can dispose trash accordingly. There we go. Then Raph and Leo, though, they do have their arms wrapped around with the plastic, as you can see, where they're covered. So, gonna make it a bit difficult. But, yeah, but not impossible. Sorry if that was a bit loud and not great. Hopefully my audio was working. I'm just still thinking about that the whole time. But if Gabe said it was good during the beginning, Gabe said it was good. So yeah. All right. Damn, these are pretty freaking sweet. Hold on. Hup, hup. Dispose to the ether. Yeah, we will get this all lined up. Hup, 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 hup. And there is our. We'll see how well stuff's gonna stand on this. This is also the other question as well. Like, how well is this stuff gonna stand here? Especially when I got figures who seem to have stuck joints. There we go. See? It's probably gonna start, especially on this kind of table, it's probably gonna be a little bit rough standing these guys, but that's why I need to get some kind of pad or something so they can do better. But there they are. We're gonna zoom in a bit. There's our pair of turtles here. Looking pretty sweet. Got Leonardo there. Big old smile. Got Raphael. mean mugging the camera. It does seem like Raphael has more of like an orangey redness to his mask. Definitely still more saturated. Actually, it might be kind of pale. I don't know. And then compared to the blue, like the very baby bright blue that Leo has compared to his alternate. Yeah, compared to his first movie version. But look very good. Like they do look like the movie. I do like the expressions that they have here. Raph kind of having that kind of that like that kind of like yeah, just that mean looking face. And then Leo having the more what's the word? Like just the more kind of like excited, kind of like yeah, I think of like the scene where he's like yeah, kind of like in the beginning of the film when they when they go against like the robbers yeah, like in their masks. Yeah, like how Leo has his scene, yeah, where he throws his sword into the ceiling and he says, "Now you see him, now you don't." He does that, so that's kind of like the face I kind of see there, but also just generally kind of like awesome, wicked, tubular, gnarly, and all that stuff. So where he's all excited and happy, but Raph's still kind of like okay. I'm still like in a pretty decent mood, but yeah, I'm still kind of like scolded. I'm still kind of pissed. I'm trying to just get this all loosened up. I kind of want it. I don't know. Like it feels right for the movie, but it's very weird. But I do like here they do have a lot of kind of spots on their heads. That's actually I think more accurate to the movie there. So you see a lot of those spots, and then some brighter, kind of like lighter, kind of spray of like yellowish to their mouths to make them distinct more, and the teeth are done very well. They're sculpted very well done. The bodies are basically, I think, well, no, arms are all different sculpt there. The forearms and the pads might be the same, but the actual like the sculpt is actually different there. That's pretty cool. That they actually change up the body type. Of course, with the shells, probably are about the same, like the body there. But of course, different bands there with Raph. You got some scratches on there with Leo. You get your two things that wrap around there. Raph just has little openings on the side for his size just to sit in there. Kind of not really put away, but not super loose with the design there. And then with Leo have the actual... That was rolling away. Okay. See, that's what we're going to be dealing with, I guess, with some of these things. I guess I'll put them in between here. But then you got Leo. He's got his sheaths for his sword, and you can definitely tell that Leo's shell is a lot smaller compared to Raph's. Raph's definitely sticks out and has all these scratches and marks, but nice color and detailing there compared to Leo's, where that's more subdued, a lot more cleaner. And kind of see the kind of different body type, even just by the shell. And then with the feet and with the legs, I think they're basically the exact same. Just different little spot details here and there. Looks like the same feet as well. So pretty cool. Pretty good. We'll kind of go over articulation with Leo first. So with him, can look up about that far. I think you have just a ball at the top of the neck. Can look down about that far. That actually looks like a costume scene kind of there, but I don't know if that's intentional. Can look side to side. Does have this bandana here, so where it sits on both shoulders. That doesn't really rotate. Like you probably could, but I don't know if you really want to. Feels pretty, not super solid, but pretty okay. But wouldn't recommend it. But shoulders go up about that far, come back down. Got rotation got technically a double jointed elbow, but with the elbow pad only goes about that far, just past 90. You have rotation on that forearm there, probably even technically at the bicep as well. And then have your in and out holding hands there. Also rotate. Oh, kind of a little solid there. A little tight there, but you can get them. Definitely still want to be careful with these guys because these are NECA figures, so they have more easier breakage because they're kind of more specific quality. And then at the mid-torso, you do have kind of like a side to side. You don't really get a front or back very much, but you can see the kind of gap in there, so you get a little bit. But more so there, maybe not very much of a rotation either. Just kind of forwards and backwards. Nothing at the waist, at the legs. You can kick out. Really push it only about that far. Kick back. Come out. Ooh. Go about that far. Don't want to push that too much. And then have a upper inner thigh cut. Double jointed knee. Also a little hindered by the knee pad. I also do have some big paint splotch there. Not the cleanest at the legs, really. And have your feet, hinge back, hinge forward, ankle rocker. Pretty decent. Not the best. All right. So Leo's pretty good on his articulation. We'll kind of do it very bare bones. I think main thing is seeing how his parts move. He does have different shoulders. They seem to not go as far up. We're doing our basic stuff. Torso kind of moves. Actually feels like more forward in there, more back. It's not bad at all. Pretty decent. I mean, it makes sense for him. He's always crouching over. Hate him. Just stir him. Ooh. But yeah. Raphael's cool. Hold on, I'm going to be right back. All right, we are back. step away for a moment. But yeah, Leo and Raph look great though. Do feel a bit stiff, but you know, that's what you expect from some NECA figures. But we're gonna give Leo his swords. Oh, hands are a bit rough, to be honest. They're pretty kind of tight out of the box. But you try a bit. Can kind of force the hand. You can hold at least one sword. Get our second one. Am I already getting like, I'm getting like green flakes on this thing. I'm already getting stained by like green paint already just by this thing. What the heck? It's like they put like so much like yellow paint or highlight paint on this thing. This thing, good thing these are bendable a bit. Good thing that these are soft. I almost dropped this and almost broke this one. I'm gonna stop yapping and start putting these down. Yeah, my fingers are gonna be stained green by the end of this thing. That is insane. I'm getting green paint all over me. What the heck? All right. I'll do them. Oh my god, that thing's so bent. Yeah, I have to heat that. Doing the, now you see him, now you don't. That thing with him. Yeah, there's Leo. Then we'll get Raph. Get his pizza on the side. Is it the left hand or right hand? Looks like the left hand. Oh, what's going on with the elbow? Elbow's not elbowing. Yeah. Oh, you do? Okay, I didn't even notice with Raph. You do have little slots there at the front where your side can go. I didn't even notice that. Till just now when I tried to put it in the thing. could do here, I'm going to switch out Raph's other hand. Pretty tight on there, but not too bad. Oh, God. More worried about, like, damaging the paint. You don't like that? Nah, that's too much. Do kind of wish he had a bit more posability. I do want to get him. Nah. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Still trying to decide which one I wants to focus on. Here, I'm trying to get see what my lighting's gonna be. Back here, there we go. That's fine for now. Alright. But yeah, there they are. Looking pretty sweet. I like how my camera's starting to do this now. But yeah, these are really, really cool. These are fun figures. They look kind of just how I would imagine they would. Kind of like showing off the movie 2 versions. They look so good. They're very accurate, and I like the accessories a whole bunch, especially having these eaten up pizza pieces. I mean, display options, different hands. You get included full pizza and a TGRI ooze canister, so get your standard stuff, but it's good stuff. And they look great. We're gonna zoom out. But there they are. Looking so sick. Clean shot. There we are. Look at that. Look at there. Looky there. They look awesome. Yeah. Alrighty. Nice. So then we'll move these guys to the side. For the time being. I do not want to risk dropping these guys, at least on this new table for now, since it is a bit wibble wobble. Accessories to the side over here. Now we get into our second 2-pack, the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Michelangelo and Donatello. Look decent. There we are. Okay. So yeah, so this is the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Secret of the Ooze, the second 2-pack of the 2 turtles, where we got Michelangelo and Donatello. Same stuff on the outside, just with different nameplates to specify Michelangelo and Donatello. Same thing at the top, Mikey and Donny together in a nice photograph. Then on the side, Donny there, all the same stuff there. Donny looks great. Donatello. And Michelangelo on the side here. Nice little promo art. Or promo photography there. And then same, I think mostly same names here. Director and development. Sculpt, fabrications, paint, prototypes, photography, packaging. All great. Amazing. And then the barcode. Can't forget the barcode. Made in China. China. Alright. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Secret of the Ooze. Same whole packaging deal here where you have the reels. Like the movie reel. Kind of tape reels. Like the film. And then have the ooze off of there. But you got the Donatello and Michelangelo promo art where you got Donnie with a pizza. Donnie about to bonk Mikey. Like doing something else with pizza. Have them sitting down together, eating pizza, talking. Mikey with his combat cold cuts. And then, of course, the same images of all 4 of them together. Collect them all. We have them all. Now we got Mikey and Donnie together looking great. Includes extra heads, nunchucks, nunchucks, bow staff, pizza slices, combat cold cuts, forearm, TGRA, canister, and foam bat. What's the forearm thing? I don't realize. I'll have to see. Okay. They don't... Oh yeah, there's a different forearm there. But yeah, but there they are in all their plastic glory. You do see the forearm and the bat and the cold cuts and the pizza and the thing and the Mikey and the Donatello. And we're just gonna open this up. Move our camera a little bit. Get our trusty X-Acto blade yet again. Its use. Need to know more for now. Alrighty. This. That. Same insert there that we saw before with Leonardo and Raphael. That was a little violent. There they are in all their plastic glory. The same thing here where we're gonna just get all these guys out. Get all their stuff out and then kind of lay it down. And do like this. Okay, so first course, go for the hands. That's a very not a smart way to do it, but the way I just did it. Excuse me. Huh. Ah. There's our second hand. We're going to do Michelangelo's hand off screen too. Apologies, but he's got the thumbs up. These are just way too hard. This is going to be the hardest thing to pull out. Okay. There's stuff. Hold up. Whoop. All right, we're back. Step away for a sec. But yeah, Donatello, he comes with just kind of like two more relaxed open hands, I guess. Where were we? Okay, we were like right here. That's where we were. Then Michelangelo has his two thumbs up, dude. They're actually pretty nice. And they do feel different. Like, I don't think we've gotten these hands before. And then, of course, get your tray out here. Throw that to the ether. Alright, so first up, we'll get the TGRI one from them, too. Fish it out, but this one is actually empty. So that's actually kind of nice. I think we have like one other empty one. I know there's like a broken one. And there's like one that's like from the first movie. That's just like a thing. Sorry. But this one is just all see-through there. Where the heck did that go? Right there. But there's this one, I think, from the first movie where it's a TCRI. And then we also have the broken one from there. Let me get the freaking lid for this one. Where are you? I need to... Nothing. Where is it? There it is. So yes, that is like a full one, but that one is supposed to be, I think, open because it has the slot in the middle. But then compared to your new one, so where I think, was it in the first one? Was it still TCRI? And then they changed it to TGRI for some reason or whatever. But this is your new one in the middle, your broken one there, and then your, I think, first movie canister. But very nice. So it's nice that you get a variety with this new set. You get a full, clear, clean one. So that's very, very nice. The next, I think this is also for Donatello, have your separate forearm that I think is supposed to have some kind of like a watch or gimmick or something on here. Or it's just a regular forearm. Because maybe they put the one that has a thing on in there. But I think that's for Donatello because I think he has a watch in the other forearm. So this one's just your basic one. But then also for Donatello, have the foam bat that he uses. It's all orange. Have the one line there. Very nice texture. It's all like a foamy looking thing, like a toy. And I got, of course, his bow staff. These little rope wraps around it, just all brown. Just a brown, big old brown stick. Pretty sick, though. And then with Mikey, we got 2 regular nunchucks. Have the wires on them. Love seeing these. You can kind of try to want to be careful, but you can kind of pose them up to do their thing. Do they, or are these just fixed? These feel more fixed than anything. Yeah, this just feels like one whole plastic piece. So I don't want to mess with that too much. So that might just stay like that. They're both probably going to stay like that. But they're very nice texture and detail, like wood looking. And then, of course, have your more movie-specific accessories, including the bat and the forearm thing, but have your combat cold cuts for Michelangelo because he uses those in like in the first like few minutes of the movie, and it's really, really funny and cool. It makes sense for Michelangelo. Water break. 2 hours in. Nearly 2 hours. We're almost there. You probably got another hour. And a half, maybe. No. But then with this set, still get your same standard pizza. We'll give that to Donnie. So of course, Mikey is going to have the pizza bits. Just the same crust. One for each turtle, if you prefer. Then finally get my trusty snips. Get to the mid-torso. Get that cut. Dog is marking. Udo. Get this one from Michelangelo. Alright. There they are freed from their holdings. Well, from their securings. What am I saying? Okay. I'm going to put all my tools away. here nigh risk. Up. Okay. There. This and here. Alright. There goes our trusty kit. Then get these guys out here. I'm just gonna pull them out. Excuse me, I'm just gonna mute up. There we go. There's our housing. Away. Alrighty. Hup, 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 hup. Right there. And here. And a zoom. Hello. Hello, fellas. Look at these guys. Oh, I don't want to do that. Okay, we're going to move all my accessories to the side. There, no risk right now. But there's our Michelangelo. And oh God, Donnie, what's going on with your head, bruh? Donatello. His a little lopsided. Mikey is looking straight. Mikey is looking great, to be honest. He's probably the best looking one. He looks probably most like the actual movie version. He looks amazing. Donnie looks pretty good too, but he's a little weird looking. But that's kind of what he looks like through the film. Like, He's like, I don't understand. There goes Mikey. All right. We'll go over articulation with Mikey then. He probably is on a smaller kind of torso mold, so it's probably a little different. But Mikey looks up, not very far, looks down. Okay, there's up, there's down, side to side. So tilt, not too much, does have a lot of dots, but he just looks great. He looks like so much like the movie Mikey. It's so good. It just looks amazing. Have your dots on the top of the shoulders there. Kind of tinier, skinnier shell there. Have your big nunchuck holders there. Have the shell, a bit smaller there as well, proportionate to the body. Let's see. Donnie. Donnie's a little bigger on the shell. Sticks out more. Might be more so. About more so equal than anything, really. They're pretty standard. But then, of course, you got the banding for Donnie's bow staff. And there's Donnie's there. His head sculpt's alright, but not perfect. But see the dot? Yeah, the differentiation. They're different pattern, a lot more dots here on Donnie's face compared to Mikey's. And even like their greens are a little bit different. And they do have different shoulders. Are they the same shoulder? They're not the same shoulder. So this might be the Leo shoulders and these might be the Raph shoulders, just to make them all a little different. Have dots there at the top of the thighs, have some dots there for Mikey, but basically from the leg down, they're all the same. Pretty nice. Pretty good. So with articulation again, go up there from the shoulder, that far. Rotate around, double jointed elbow. Pretty nice. Have your wrist rotation there. It is a little... There you go. Then rotation at your hands there, in and out. And then at the torso, I can move a bit side to side. Rotation. There, then your thigh can kick up about that far. Kick back that far. Go out. Not that far. Thigh rotation. Double jointed knee. Feet go forward, go back, forward and back again, then do get an ankle rocker, so it makes it a bit easier to stand, but still with this plastic, it's still a bit kind of, it's a little fight backsy. It's not as smooth as I would say, like compared to like Hasbro sometimes. And this is kind of, looks like it's already stressing the plastic, so I'll have to see what I'm doing. So I gotta make sure I'm not doing that right now. Okay. Ooh. Mikey looks great, though. Yeah, I'm vibing with Mikey big time. And then Donnie. Don't know really what to do with him, though. He has about the same basic articulation, too, but I think it just not look up really at all. Maybe a bit more rotation there, but not too much. We'll try to get a good pose out of him. He's a little... Oh yeah, I did also want to show off. He does have his... On the wrist, he does have a... Does he have a thing? Yeah. So where he has this little cover piece here, you'll see he has a little watch there. It's kind of at the side there. You kind of don't really notice it when you're just looking at the figure head on. But then you just got it there. It's like if they were about to spring a trap, they would do it right about now. Oh, well, okay, well, there it is. Like that kind of thing. like, oh, look at the time. Like, that's pretty good. Might do... trying to figure out what to do with Mikey now, because there's so many options. I would probably store the regular nunchucks probably away into his little side pockets he's got. Especially this pair. They're a bit tight in there. Let me see what I can do. Yeah, that was an easier fit. Those two. There we go. It was right in there. Here's Michelangelo. Come on. We'll whip both of them in there. Plastic is a bit tough on this side. Alright, so now we got his things in there. So we're going to get his combat cold cuts. So of course we are. They're actually kind of like actually a pretty soft rubber, rubbery plastic. Getting them in there, not too bad. That's plastic. Okay. There's our Mikey combat cold cuts. Whoa. This is just like so much fun. Especially like just Mikey, like he looks like he jumped straight out of the movie. That is probably like their best Michelangelo. In my humble opinion. That looks so damn good. Compared to like the movie 1 version, like the movie 1 version's accurate, but yo! TMNT now, can you hear me? Welcome to the live stream. Can you hear me? Thank you for joining the live stream. Thank you for dropping the right. Am I late? Little late, to be honest, bro. You're all good, though. Yeah, just glad you joined in, but we just got through our second set of turtles for the night, because we looked at Leo and Raphael earlier in the stream, and now we got Michelangelo and Donatello from the Turtle 2 set. Oh, thank you for dropping a like. I appreciate it. But we're going to get all 4 of our turtles out here, but pretty nice. Sorry I'm late. Oh, you're all good, bro. Just glad you joined. Hope you appreciate the content. We're going to move everything to the corner. Oh, TG, all right. All right. How do we want to do this? So we're going to get these guys all to the side here. I'm going to get all 4 of my guys lined up well. P.S. I hear you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I was kind of like getting my context clues, and I was like, we're having a conversation, so I think he can. Yeah, so I think he can hear me. Makes sense. Here we're gonna make our guys going. So how do these guys look? Look at those 4. Looking pretty good. I would say, okay, just based on just purely on the heads, Donatello was probably my least favorite of these 4, which is sad to say, because, you know, he's my favorite turtle. His face is very goofy. I love that he comes with this little setup there. Cool. Bootleg Zones is? I do not know what Bootleg Zones is. I assume they sell bootlegs. In my... Based on that minimum of no research. Yeah, but Leo looks good. You know what DuckTales? I do know what DuckTales is. Oh, is that like the... No, it's not like the NECA ones you're talking about. Because they did make NECA ones. Like, they've announced them. I think they're on pre-order now. I'm trying to remember. But yeah. But, here's the 4. No, I'm just saying in general. Okay, yeah, I know what DuckTales is. I watched that. As a kid, I remember watching, like... I think it was on VHS, like, the first few episodes. Or, like, DVD or something. It's like, it was some form. It was probably VHS. Where they would have, like, these little episodic things. Or, like, have, like, the first few episodes. And be like, here's DuckTales. Here's the first, like, 3 episodes. Go buy the rest. Or something. So I would, like, see that, like, over and over again as a kid. What's your favorite DuckTales character? It's probably... To be honest, it's probably just Scrooge McDuck. He's like the character. He's the dude. Also, really liked David Tennant, who played him in the later series. And that later series was pretty fun too. I didn't complete it, but I got a pretty decent way through. I think like the first like season. I was like, damn, this is so good. And then I dropped off. If it only had the one season. The Morden, yeah, Louis is so funny. His hands is always in his pockets. The Morden. Oh, the modern. Yeah, Louis. Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, he's like the cool dude. He's like cool guy. He's like, yeah, I'm cool. 2017 one. Okay, yeah. He's like, yeah, I'm the cool dude. Was that the yeah, the John Mulaney one? Is that yeah, is Louis the blue one? That's what I'm thinking of. If it's not, correct me if I'm wrong. Because I know it's Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Right? That makes sense. Yeah. Louie's the green one. Ah. So John Mulaney wasn't that one? I can't remember which one was the 2017 one. Because I know that John Mulaney was one of the ducks or something. Dewey's blue and Huey is red. Okay. I feel like Dewey will work as like green though. Louis could be blue. I feel like that makes more sense. Huey as red is fine. But that okay. Yeah, I've never thought about that until now. Like I was just like Louis, I would think blue because of blue. It's like ugh, ugh. Louis, and then Dewey. Well, Dewey, blue, Dewey, but Dewey as in like mildew or like, you know, that kind of thing where it's green. So it's like, what's Dewey? Green. Give me a green kind of thing. Dewey. Oh no, kind of foresty vibes. But yeah, but these four turtles look great together. It's cool seeing all these cool accessories. Gotta at least probably have one. Have I eaten pizza? Because that's like the main thing about these sets. We'll have. Alright. There's Donnie with the pizza. With the eating pizza. Yeah, being like, man, I was timing how fast I could eat this pizza. Cause didn't he do that like during like the first movie? He he ate like an apple like really fast or something. That was like really funny, I think. Like okay, I'm just gonna like you know, I expected more guys to be here. And then they start kicking ass. That's fucking badass. Love that first movie. That first movie was bonkers. True. Okay. I am mistaken. I gaslit myself. The DuckTales one. Yeah, that was Dewey. Actor is Ben Schwartz. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's Ben Schwartz. That's who I'm thinking of. Was even John Mulaney like even in that then? Because maybe I was getting him and Ben Schwartz mixed up. Because that makes sense in my head. Yeah, that was just Ben Schwartz. Ben Schwartz is amazing. Great Sonic. Just a funny guy. It just seems so chill. But that was Raph. You are right. Damn. I was like, that's definitely a Donnie thing. But yeah. He did eat that apple. Maybe I'll have that one displayed like that, because I do have an apple, but he's with another figure. Well, it's with another figure. It's an apple. Hey, you're all good, bro. Thank you, TMNT. Thank you for reminding me. But yeah, but these are some awesome figures. I don't know what else to say. They're just sweet. I'm kind of glad I picked these up. They look good. I'm gonna kind of have to like see like what to do, because you know we have a bunch of accessory pieces. I got the accessory set to go with these guys, so I got your more different heads there. So this one's like kind of like your the shredder, and then this one's the more serious one here, which looks pretty good. But you know, but I need my variety, and then even have my, you know, my first two movie heads, which I probably prefer for Donnie, especially like the one that's on it, and then the rest kind of like just seeing what else. So we have like the can have Donnie with the mop over here with the apron. Give the oh yeah, and then even have the donuts. The donut box with the donuts in there. So you can recreate that scene with Token and Razor. If you got those figures, which spoiler alert, I do. Also have your keytar to go with Donnie. Have your whole moving thing. Whole thing to go with Mikey, including the hat. That just goes right on a Mikey. That's so good. Have like all like your pizza. Oh, maybe that came with April, I think, from the one. But pretty cool. Pretty sweet. All right. How are we going to do this now? So now we want to get onto my comparisons. See what's going on here. So I want to figure out. So how am I going to fit that all? Do I split my turtles? Then I do 2 at a time. Oh. Or how about I do, okay. How do I want to do this? This is going to be very tricky because I have to fit a lot of figures in here. It's always the thing. These guys back. These guys back. And we're going to try to fit as much as we can here. First, going to get our movie counterparts. Movie 1, Leo. Movie 1, Raph. Oh, okay, be back there. That's what we want to do. And movie 1 done. Donnie. And got my Michelangelo. So you can kind of see just like how different all these designs are. Seeing how they all changed and were stylized a bit more differently within the movies. Pretty cool. And this is actually a movie 2 head that I'm using for this Mikey. I just thought it looked better on this movie 1 head, especially on the profile. It works very well. It works for movie 1 Mikey pretty well, even though I do like the original one pretty well. Or this is him. But, you know, I think that's just better. Just in my humble opinion. His are all kind of messed up. He doesn't hold on to his nunchucks very well. Here we go. So I still have to kind of, I think, work on this one. But I think I can get it going at some point. Maybe that's it. Oh yeah, that's it. And it is kind of like cool how I actually do have this is a movie 2 also, hanging bandana piece that came from the alternate head here that has the bandana 1 on there. But I might prefer this more open mouth head on that body. I think the Leo's fine. I like having a more fun Leonardo there, more smiling. That's fine for me. I do like his serious one a lot. But then Raph is pretty good, though. I do like the Raphs. Raph always looks good. Me and Logan and I'm screaming and yelling. What are you doing? And then even have, oh yeah, when he was a little too Raph. I was like, I'm so freaking pissed off, bro. I hate these guys. These are my brothers. They're all idiots. Alright. Well, that's pretty good. I guess we'll just kind of start here. We'll kind of stay stationary. Then we'll just move as we go. Kind of want to actually get out of this comprehension. Getting our guys out of here. Alright. First, we'll get our Splinter. Of course, this is movie 1. But, excuse me. I guess we'll get them back here then. This is our movie 1. Splinter here. He kind of actually should be with the turtle a little bit closer. He's still a small man. Gotta give him a little bit of room.
Dig in there. Pretty good. Next to these four. Should get out. Hold on. Get my other two. I'm gonna get April. Best I can. Oh, yeah, she's gonna be kind of difficult with the heels. Especially this wobbly of a surface. Alright, I gotta get Casey. Alright. Right. There we go. Now the turtle next to her and next to him. They should all look pretty good. Not too shabby. All right. Thank you, Splinter. April. Casey. Moving on. Getting to one big one. One that is Turtles 2. Very specific. I hope this will actually fit in here and actually be able to stand. Now that I'm thinking about it. Got our... Whoop. Might not. Got our Kino on his scooter. Okay. Sorry, I want to make sure this one is actually in a decent spot. How does that look? It's decent. It's pretty good. He looks pretty good next to these guys. Or if they steal the pizza, well, they still pay for it, but you know, doing their turtle stuff. Okay, now this setup. These guys are a bit different. Come back down. zoom back in. All right. Have our movie 3 turtles in their samurai outfits or in their fits. Which actually, in my opinion, go kind of hard. Donny is, of course, the troublesome one. His bow staff does not fit firmly in his hand. His helmet always keeps falling off. Can you just fit? Can you fit in with the rest and be normal? Please, Donny. You look so good with your time thing. Hey, each time I have to pick up that thing, I'm like, where is it? Oh, a little bit with Mikey, but more so with the helmet, thankfully. But there's all your, oh, not all of it. There they all are. Look at those dudes. Nice. Sweet. All right. Moving on. Who first? It don't really matter. Well, Donnie's gonna be a problem. Donatello, give. Thank you. Stop. Leo, you're fine. Raph, you're okay. All right. So next, we'll get out some of our villains. Our bad guys. So first, got our movie 1 Shredder. Actually, we'll do movie 1 Shredder here. Well, yeah. Do movie 2 Shredder here. See your differences there, but of course we have our movie Shredder to go with these guys, and he looks great. Even the first movie one looks pretty good. Then to go in the middle, we got. How do I want to do this? Hold on. I'll have Tatsu there in the middle because they all did their thing and got them all together. Tatsu is a really fun figure. How do I want to do this ending? Okay, so I'll bring out a regular foot soldier from the first movie. Then I'll get I'm just gonna call him bigger foot soldiers from movie 2. I have them specifically doing the scene where they're at the lab and the foot are stealing the ooze canister. This big guy, and he catches it. He's like, oh, ooh, and goes into ninja pose. He's like, oh, I got the canister. Oh, ninja. Oh, here they come tumbling. All right. In the frame, of course not. Of course, he's not going to be in the frame. They're probably both not going to be in the frame. This dude's skinny as hell, though. Bro. Let's get in there. Okay. There it is. There they are. In all their plastic glory. Alrighty. Movie 1, definitely not saturated. As in, like, in color-wise, it's very, very drab. But then you got Shredder with the purple and the gold, and even with the ooze. Wonder what that does. Very interesting. Oh yeah, and I didn't even show up. Hold on. One thing before. Also got Kino going on here. Put him by himself. Because this is actually a pretty kick-ass figure. That came with the they came with the big the foot soldier. And if I have him on middle level with the turtles. Raph needs to get in here. There's our guys. Look at those dudes. And now these ones are our big guys. We got the Super Shredder from NECA. Greetings. Hello, Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective. You're walking on in. Welcome to the live stream. We're looking at some NECA TMNT 2 Secret of the Ooze Turtles. We got our Super Shredder out. And we're going to grab our Toka and Razor. Because these are, of course, the looks that they had in the second movie with these more unique mutants. I want to be very careful here. Thing isn't the most stable. Just stay as much as possible. My targets have scaled back on NECA stock. Honestly, mine have been at like a standstill for a bit. I'm just waiting for them to put stuff on clearance, but they never put NECA stuff on clearance. But I'm just like, guys, it's just outside of my price range right now. I just can't do it right now. Just look, tonight was pretty sparse. Yeah. I mean, I have like a bunch of like Mirage, and I have some Archie ones, but they just kind of sit there and be like, okay, come on. These should be on sale soon, because this thing is like packed to the brim. If y'all don't have the stock, I'm like, yeah, I mean, like, whatever. Or it's like in the back and they just don't put out newer stock or whatever. But yeah, but they've been okay. At least for me, I just don't really go to Target that much really anymore. So it's been a minute, but maybe gotta go hunting tomorrow, see what's going down. See what's going down. But yeah, but these all look amazing. Next to these guys. Super Shredder 2 is freaking badass. Alright. Then we're moving on to our final comparisons. It is our Universal Monsters crossover where they're kind of movie-like. So you got Leo as the Hunchback, got Raph as Frankenstein's monster, hold on. You can come back in a little bit. You can come back in. You got Donatello, the Invisible Man, or the Invisible Turtle in this case. And Michelangelo as the Mummy, who is meant to be standing all crooked, but should still be relatively decent. Oh, can't see him because of the cold cuts. But pretty sweet. Already nice. These guys are pretty cool. What'd you say, Tommy? I do reviews and talk to guys that were in the businesses. They said NECA controls the prices, not the stores. It makes sense since you rarely see NECAs at discount stores, unlike Hasbro, Mattel. Yeah. I'm just like, bruh, y'all gotta do it at some point. You just gotta Put that stuff on sale. Just gotta do it. It's just gonna sit there collecting dust for like 3 more years. Like, it's time. I have Leo as Creature from Black Lagoon and Raph as the monster, but yeah, both of my favorites. A very nice lineup there. Thank you. Yeah, the Donny is my favorite. Yeah, it's the Invisible Man, yeah, which is my favorite Universal monster anyway, so they kind of meld perfectly together. But yes, I love the the Frankenstein Wrath. He's really cool. And then it's like I need to get the Leo as the Creature of the Black Lagoon because that figure looks way better than this Hunchback version. I probably still wouldn't get rid of the Hunchback one. I probably just put him in storage, honestly, because like he's fine, but he's not like really the favorite to display. Like he's really unique, but I was like, Hunchback, really? That's what y'all go for a Leonardo Hunchback? I mean, I get it with the swords in the shell and that kind of thing, and that's kind of like it. I'm like, okay. It's like with Raph, it makes sense that he has the 2 sides, they're metal. So, and there's the lightning thing, and then he's all angry, so he's a monster. And then you got Donnie, who's smart, does science stuff, and so he could do that. Turn himself invisible, because that's a scientific thing, and he's very smart. And then with Michelangelo, how do we justify him as a mummy? Him doing some figured out how to go back in time somehow. I don't know. See, that's the one that's really like the stumper, but it's just like it looks so cool. It looks awesome. Tommy says the Splinter as as Van Helsing and Casey as the Phantom left stores quick. Really? I've seen them like just sit around for a bit. Like I haven't seen them in a bit. Only at like one of my local my comic shops. Yeah, where they've had them. We still have the first wave of the original '90s. Yeah, Universal Monster toys. Okay, nice. Like the old, like the Playmates, like those. I think about getting at some point. I do actually have the, the Mummy, the Raphael, the one that glows in the dark. I do have that one. He kind of sits to the side. He kind of comes out into the main display like during Halloween time. That's kind of like the thing. But yeah. Oh, hit the microphone. All right. You're good. TMNT crossover ones. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. I'm going to clear this out. All right. So we're going to get out. I'm going to do my movie specific figures to this course. Gotta get Splinter. He's always there in the middle. To our last little lineup. Now we don't have a movie to April. I might just put in the Judith Ho just to represent. Even though this is movie 1, so it's not actually accurate. And if she doesn't want to stand 2, it might be a reason also not to have her on here for now. And we'll get out Kino and the thing. If at some point gotta get to the Professor Perry. Set, but now this will be about it for our turtles. We're gonna get This dude.
All right, then we'll get our shredder. Over here. And we'll I'll get Tatsu there. Okay, then we gotta get Toka and Razor in here somehow. Get Razor pretty good here. There went the pizza. That's fine. Hold on. I just have those him. Just like sit there. Stay there. There went that. Bro. It's always the setup afterwards. Oh no, crash. Oh yeah, sorry, bro. I wonder if they will do the live action TV show Turtles 2. I thought they were goofy. They had the female turtle in it. Was done by the guy who did Power Rangers, Fabian. Oh yeah. I don't know. I kind of would be surprised. I wonder if there's more kind of like legal issues with that. I mean, it would be like pretty neat. I would like I wouldn't mind like the female turtle, like at least like her, maybe. But even if they did like maybe like their own version of what's her name? Keep wanting to say like Vivian, but it's not that. I know it's not that. Did you see the Garfield X? X TMNT Garfellow release? I did see that. That one looks pretty good. I'm kind of on the fence because I know there's like two companies making it. It's NECA and then it's like Boss Fight Studios, I think it is. That Boss Fight Studios one, I think it is. I think it's that second company. I think it's pretty good. Venus. That's her. Thank you. I wouldn't mind if they did a Venus, but maybe more so in like their own style, like in the movie style. I don't know if they would be able to do that or have an idea for it, but even if we did get one, like it'd be pretty cool. Because aren't we getting one? We're getting one. Okay, we're getting like an April in the Archie, where she was turned into a turtle for a bit. And she looks like just Venus, essentially. Which I wouldn't actually mind too much if they actually just did that in a movie again. Or in some kind of comic. Or, have another figure. Sorry, I can't get this stupid foot soldier standing. Just stand there. We gotta get Toka. Keep him standing. How about if I do get him back there? I want to get Toka. Not all the way up there, and also not like that.
See, the avalanche. The avalanche occurs already with the new table. I mean, this would have happened anyways. Maybe less so, but when the things fall, no matter what scenario, it's gonna fall. It's kind of like it's trying its darndest to stay up, but it just can't. It's just too heavy for this table. I'm trying not to break these swords. Alright. Excuse me. I picked up the NECA Garfellow. I dig it. Nice, bro. Apologies. Being distracted. Because the freaking setup working. Alright. Alright. Everyone move. Move out of my way. Alright, Don. You making your spot, you get in your spot. We're gonna do the thing. We're gonna get the super shredder here. He's gonna stay there. We're gonna get, who do we want to get? We'll get frickin' Kino. In here, we're gonna get this foot soldier. Shredder. I need Shredder to move so I can see Razor. So that means this guy gotta move. Then I'm gonna put Toka, I think, over here then. I'm gonna raise this up a bit. I think this kind of needs it. Okay. Hello. I was infuriated. I missed out on NECA's Eastman and Laird. Yeah, TMNT. Yeah, the Leatherhead, the guy looked like a beast. That one was decent. It's just too big. At least for my sake. I just have no attachment to that version, really. Because even like that one, I feel like it's not like full on like classic Mirage. It feels more modern in my mind. I just don't need a crock in that, for me personally. It looks decent. Oh, well, welcome to Mike Mappism. Mike Maps. I'm welcome. Greetings, Mike. I followed you, bro. I appreciate it, and thank you for the like. Thank you for joining. We're looking at the NECA TMNT 2. You know what? We're gonna not do this. These guys are a risk to themselves, to me. We're gonna get our basics. We're gonna get our barons. But yeah, but these are the NECA TMNT 2. Secret of the Ooze 2-packs. You got Michelangelo and Donatello. You got Leonardo. And Raphael. Hopefully those look pretty decent. We're just gonna clear this out. We are gonna call this a good night. This has been a really fun stream, y'all. I appreciate the support. so much. I like the spider figs. Sim is a game. Oh, okay. Mike Map Sim. Okay, there you go. Yeah, I know. Okay. And you're welcome, my friend. I like the spider figs in the back. Thank you. I got, as you can see, a lot of them. That's a lot right there. And there's even a spider way up there. There's probably a spider over there. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think there is, but there's a lot. I got a lot over here. Even got probably MCU Spider-Man. Oh yeah, I definitely do. Oh yeah, no, there's another Spider-Man in the Marvel Universe one that I got too. Okay. In any case, appreciate the support, y'all. But yeah, so this has been a really fun stream. Haven't done one this big, it feels like, in a while. Maybe, well, I did do the He-Man and the Battle Cat. Battle Cat was kind of more simple though, and you only got 2 figures there. This is 4 whole figures, but they're all kind of the same. But they look great. A couple movie-specific ones, well, except for Splinter, but Splinter still looked kind of the same there. But thank y'all for joining me on this live stream. I love Spider Figs. Kind of want one before, but now I'm thinking to buy a Ninja Turtle figure. Hey, whatever you want, bro. If anything, trying to think of what they got going on out right now. I mean, especially like with NECA, like that's your main source there. But I'm trying to think if there's other companies. You still got Playmates. They still have the license for now, so they're making the classic and also like their remastered versions of the old toys, even the crossover ones where you got Godzilla and Turtles, and then you got, what is it, G.I. Joe and Turtles crossing over. Those just came out. So you got plenty of options out there. And then for Spider-Man, infinite. You have infinite options. There's so many, like Marvel Legends, Mafex, SH Figure Arts, even just basic toys. I mean, I definitely recommend a Spider-Man. At least one Spider-Man. Just get one. If anything, I mean, because my personal favorite, I'll show off real quick, is the Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends from the 3-pack. This one is probably very difficult to find now, but this one's my favorite Spider-Man. Oh. We're getting back to... Oh, okay, and Tommy said, I'll be getting back to new reviews for my toy show next week. So far behind. Damn, prices are killing me, though. I mean, for real. That's how I feel every time I'm getting a new figure. I'm like, I feel like I'm behind already on the hype, but like, damn, y'all, prices be kind of crazy. I've been just kind of going for it, to be honest. I've been kind of a little bit of a spender. But you know what? Please, I just gotta wait on this stuff. I'm thinking to buy one at Walmart. I have maybe like $20 budget. Oh, you know, back in the day, that's how it used to be. It used to be like $20, you're good. Now it's like, you gotta have like, including taxes, like nearly $35. So if you want anything under 20, maybe check your clearance. If they got something down there, go check that clearance. Go check it. Check the website. Big Bad Toy Store for sure. For sure. I would say like their shipping though is kind of like the whole thing, and then tariffs and everything. But that's, I think, still kind of like included with everything. It's crazy. But yeah. I don't know. What else is there to do? Do y'all have any other questions about any other figures? I'll still stick around.
for a bit longer. If y'all got any questions about anything or want to see anything. But speaking about Big Bad Toy Store, I still have my pre-order in for the Secret Wars Daredevil. That is in an order with the Haya GMK Godzilla. So I'm waiting on those two to ship. But I have seen the Secret Wars Daredevil in person. I saw him at my local Walmart. I passed on him for the time because I knew I had the pre-order. So I was like, this will either be coming soon or I'll be just waiting a little bit. We'll kind of see. But yeah. But so debating on just getting a Daredevil now and then just waiting on the GMK because I don't want to wait too long, but I'm like, god damn that price though. A lot. Can't really order because I'm a kid and I'm going with my dad. Okay, you're all good. Yeah, so just check out what's there, see what your dad can budget. Either way works for y'all. Money wise, just enjoy the toy that you're able to get. Of course, you can't sometimes get all these more expensive ones, and that's a sad reality. But that's why we have this channel. That's why I do this for y'all, to show off some awesome figures if you're looking to get into them or just want to see a bunch of cool figures. Because I obviously have a lot to show off. So I have the Leonardo figure for only $10. Okay, that's cool. See, you got a Leonardo. That's awesome, bro. Kind of enjoying the collection, enjoying the characters. But yeah, if y'all don't want to see anything else or have any other questions about anything, these guys are not lined up still because I'm not doing it right. There we go. Yeah, but there are turtles. I'll wait another minute, see if y'all have any questions about anything else or want to see anything else. Feel free to let me know. But while I wait, I'm going to chill for a second. Be sure to like this video. I appreciate the support. Be sure to subscribe. Please subscribe. If anything, if you're going to do one thing, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it. Also, comment what you want to see here on the channel in the future. I do really want to try to get more stuff going. Just videos are just so hard for me to get into because of my routine and because of doing this and doing the shorter stuff. So, trying to just figure out what's going down. I know it's been like forever, and I keep saying that, but one day we'll get a video out. But check out the Instagram. Link to that is in the description after this goes public in the VOD. Yeah, be sure to get it. Did you get the Secret Wars Daredevil? I did not. I went to my local Walmart. I did see him because I got Magic, I got Constrictor and Falcon. So they had the whole wave there, but I just didn't get them all because I don't really need them all. Specifically, the Spider-Man and the Absorbing Man right now don't do anything for me personally. But that Daredevil, I was very tempted, but I was just like, I have him on pre-order right now. He's not in yet. I'm still waiting. I think it's going to be a little bit because of the other pre-ordered figure I have included with him is going to be in like mid-July, they're saying right now. So they might be holding him back until that point to ship him out until they can both ship out to me, which I'm like, kind of wish I didn't do that, but I was just like, I just want to order these things and I just want them done. So that's what I did. And then Mike says, I mean, if my dad thinks the toy is cool, like Ninja Turtles, he will buy it for me. I think the maximum was like $40. He will buy something for me. Okay, that's pretty good, though. Well, okay, so that's nice of your dad. So yeah, so you might might be lucky enough to maybe get one of these, because I know they have some of like the movie ones and even some of the Archie ones. If you go down by the by like the the electronics, you have like the movies and DVDs, I think now. Yeah, they're not hard to find. My crew hasn't picked him up yet. Just curious. Two of my panelists picked up Magic. They had different thoughts on it. Yeah, that's what I've been hearing. I've been hearing like there's maybe a little bit of like a kind of a QC issue with the plastic on her metal arm. Seems a bit soft, but I kind of expected that because of the because of the plastic that they have a history of using with this figure. So I was like, maybe, but it was just time for a new Magic figure, and I just need to spruce up my my X-Men shelf, because especially like the section where Magic is, you can kind of see it's kind of like those are a lot of those back there are older figures, and I think they need updates, especially Havoc and Polaris. They desperately need ones. Sunfire, he's fine for now, but I'll kind of see at some point, and then Magic up there. I do like the classic costume, but I would probably just like a new one. Maybe in this side. But it's cool to get her in the, again, the classic, like the X-Men uniform there in Secret Wars. Mike says, yeah, maybe I can pull off one of those you have, or like from the show. Yeah, probably most likely, I don't know. Yeah, like you're from like the show, or you have like the tails of the turtles, like the newer animated stuff. Those are like the Mutant Mayhem, and like the tails of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like the actual like the cartoon of it. Because those ones are pretty good, and I only have those just displayed on my wall. On the like in their packaging, like I got the 4 turtles and also Splinter. I'm just waiting for them to make a shredder, to be honest, so I can just do that, because I don't think they've made it in April. We don't have a Casey. We've gotten a bunch of the other mutants from that movie, but they just haven't done nothing for me right now. But yeah, I think we're gonna call it good then for the night. I thank y'all. Oh, what did Tommy say? Sometimes Ross has some TMNT stuff on clearance. I think sometimes. I think I got I don't remember. Okay, so I don't have a Ross, but I do have an Ollie's, which is not really too close to a Ross. Like a Ross is, I think, a bit nicer. An Ollie's is pretty good. Yeah. And Tommy just said I had a pick up a Joe Fix It at and Ollie's a while back for 25. Same. Ollie's recently though has been kind of dry. They don't have very much really like good figures now. At least I think it's kind of like all these companies don't want to send it there now, because they know that that's a path that we take. All right, sounds good, Mike. Thank you for joining the stream. Have a good night. Hope you'll be able to get a cool figure. Goodbye. Thank you for joining. But I definitely got that Joe Fix It. I opened him up a bit ago. He's pretty cool. Also got the I'm trying to remember what else at Ollie's I got. I got a few good things at Ollie's. Like Ollie's was like stacked for a moment. I got the the Endgame the Captain America, where he has like the where he has like the beard and he has like the Wakandan shields. I got the vehicle Squirrel Girl figure, with the vehicle and everything. Got some Star Wars stuff, of course. Pretty easy. You're welcome. Yeah, you too, bro. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. But got a lot of good stuff at Ollie's. Even got the Marvel Legends the newest like the Bucky cap. That one was such like cool to see because I never saw it in Walmart where it was supposed to be. And then you just see there's just like rows of Buckies there. It's like, what the hell? That's so cool. Yeah, yeah. Ollie's is mostly unsellable, but Star Wars figures in my location. Yeah, that's like for me. It's like that, like in the D&D and the and then just a bunch of like random toys and stuff. Nothing really too crazy. I remember for a bit they had had like the reissue, like the Playmates, like the party wagon, I think once, or they had like some kind of vehicle there, and I think I already had it, but it was just there. Oh yeah, it was like the pizza shooter tank. Like that thing's like crazy. So I'm like, okay, cool. To figure out where those go because I have the Technodrome and I have the pizza tank. So I have to see where those go at some point because they're just sitting in the corner in their boxes, just waiting to be opened. They had decent Transformers for a short time. I would not doubt that. But if you actually go back to the start of the stream, Tommy, you'll see I actually picked up some Transformers recently. Hold on. I'll show off the one that's out of box. But it's from the person who I got this table from, my friend Billy. Thank you, Billy, for selling me these awesome figures and giving me this table. But there's Shockwave. There he is. Looking cool. Also got Megatron and a Soundwave, but they're in their boxes, so we won't be looking at those entirely today. But I think I have to cut it off. But thank y'all for joining me. Thank you to everyone who has hung out, swung around, talked about insane. I know, Tommy. The dude's pretty sick. It's a pretty sick ass figure. Hopefully we'll do a stream of those in the future at some point. It might be a video. I really want to do a video of this, especially the Megatron, because it's just like I want to just like record like messing with this thing. But we'll kind of see. So we'll see if tomorrow if I'll be up for streaming. If not, it just won't happen. I won't announce any. I won't like announce anything. But then, if I do, maybe I'll like post something here. Maybe like here's a thing. Go check out the thing. Come watch the thing, and it'll be like a vertical one, and it'll only be like maximum like 30 minutes, I think. But thank y'all for joining me again. Subscribe, like the video, comment what you want to see here on the channel. Have a good one, y'all. Thank you. I do want to see my here. I'm going to see my leaderboard. Top fans. Number 1 was Tommy at 100 XP. Mike at 75. Gabe coming in. What the heck? He's at 3rd right now. Oh yeah, you're still alive, bro. I'm still alive. TMNT N4W at 4th. Those are the top fans for the stream. I'm actually gonna get right off, Gabe, but appreciate y'all joining me. Yo, but yeah, I'm gonna let you catch up for a second because I know there's a bit of a delay. Oh, I know. Bye. But I appreciate y'all joining me. Y'all have a great night. Maybe not see you tomorrow, but definitely see you next Friday on the next stream. Y'all have a good one. Be cool. Do you. Goodbye. Turtle.